Welcome to the Author's Lounge. My guest today is Janette Stuart. She is a beacon of hope and joy that shines brightly in a world often clouded by uncertainty and challenges. As the emissary of joy at Angel Angles and Well-Being and Wonder, she's a best-selling author, angelic practitioner, and triumphant pancreatic cancer survivor. Janette is passionate about self-care because she used to put herself last for far too long, which left her depleted, resentful, and sick. But she's here today to share some self-care strategies to help people live a life of more joy. Welcome to the show, Janette.
Thank you so much, Shari. It's so great to be here today and to talk about self-care. As you say, there was just so many years that I put myself on the back burner, and it led me to be burnt out and depleted. And the last few years, I've been really trying to bring self-care to the forefront. And I created a self-care strategies ebook that people can get, and we will have the link available for you. And it's 37 pages of ways that you can either begin or enhance your self-care strategy, your self-care practice. And it includes things like prioritizing your self-care and affirmations and journaling prompts. And I had to put a word search in there because I'm crazy about word searches. And so that's one of the things that I really love to do is word searches when I'm taking good care of myself. So I hope that folks will find that beneficial, and that the important thing is that self-care isn't selfish. It's a way to honor the gift of your life, and it improves every relationship in our lives. And Shari, you're nodding your head. You know the importance of self-care. You know, every morning you climb the mountains and watch the sun come up. And that is your go-to to fill your cup. And we all have different ways that we fill our cup. And so I'm also have a one-on-one session called Self-Care Strategies to help map out a strategy for the client's benefit, and that whatever it is that fills you up, that's what you should be doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And really we tend to overcomplicate things. And in this strategy session, we will suss those things out and see what is your priority. And you should be spending time on your highest priorities. And we'll find ways to do that.
Yeah, I love that, Janette. I speak to a lot of people, and what I love about the work that you do is, first of all, I mean, everyone can just sense, and I mentioned it, as I started, your gentleness, your energy, the love and peace that you emanate. And I know it's a part of you, but as I also mentioned, this wasn't always a part of you, this self-care, and you had to go through your own journey to be able to realize how important this is. I touched in your bio about healing and thriving with a diagnosis of pancreatic cancer. Can you share just a little bit about that and how that has brought you full circle?
Yes, that has been one of my greatest experiences in life. Early on in my journey of pancreatic cancer, I asked the angels about my prognosis, and they told me that cancer would be with me for a season, but her lessons would last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm so grateful to be alive and thriving, and to use my experience of the self-care, the way that I flourished during that journey, and sharing that with others. So I think that answered that question.
Yeah, it was to witness it from afar, just that strength and courage that it not only took for anyone, I think, to have to face that, but then to be able to thrive through it. What would you say is something important, like a takeaway or something for those who, are considering? I think everyone thinks that they need to have more self-care, but not always practicing it. So, what is something that somebody can do to help enhance that for themselves?
Well, it's to either begin or prioritize your self-care. So I have a free ebook that people can get. It's got 37 pages of goodies that might spark your self-care journey. You can contact me. I'd be happy to help. Every newsletter that I send has tips for self-care, and to remind yourself that you're worthy and deserving of self-care, because sometimes we think, oh no, I'm just going to push through and do this. So to remind you that we are meant to live a life of joy, and that joy is a wonderful method of self-care.
Yeah, I don't think you need to tell me that twice. Well,
No, that's right. Yeah, America's Joy Magnet
oh,
knows all
it's
about that.
well, it's so interesting, Jeanette, because as we both talk about joy very often people think that joy is found after on the other side, like you have to do things in order, and it's sounding like, and I kind of know that it's something that you take along with you, and that aids in the healing, and that is
Right,
self-care.
right, exactly. And for me, um, one of my tools that I use is the word of the year. And in 2019, when I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, my word of the year was flourish. So many times a day, I would think, how can I flourish? And a lot of times it was taking a nap or taking an anti-nausea pill or making a cup of tea or reaching out to a loved one. So having these tools is just so important for our quality of life. And I am so grateful that I'm here today, 5 years later, thriving. And Shari, you were instrumental in that journey. And I know that you prayed for me so much and called for prayers. So I'm so grateful for that. And I know that, um, you know, we have the connection as well. So,
Well, I think it's easy to want to support someone like yourself. Um,
oh,
and to surround you in love. And you could see that every day with just the way that you care for yourself. And so you don't just talk the talk, you walk it, you have created a thriving, flourishing life for yourself, and you continue to. And that is only because you do the work. So if someone books a one-on-one self-care strategy session with you, what can they expect in that session?
well, they will leave with a map of what to do. That they have it, like you said, we have a general idea that, boy, I should take better care of myself, and it's not just the once a year massage. It's ongoing. It's the way that we talk to ourselves. It's ongoing all day, every day is part of our self-care strategy. Um, and so the client will leave with concrete steps of what to do next, and the empowerment of knowing that they're worthy and deserving of this exquisite care.
Mm, I love that word, exquisite. And that's what you feel after working with you and having time with you. I've gotten an angel reading from you before, and I remember just walking away with peace. And so I can only imagine the self-care strategies that, because you're right. People have a general idea, but to actually have an actionable roadmap, a plan for themselves that's customized and specialized for them in their lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. And Janette, my candle back there, by the way, says flourish. And
Oh,
yeah.
perfect.
So as soon as you said it, I
Perfect.
lit up.
I know. It's just those words have such power, and that you have that candle, that is amazing.
Yeah. So
As a reminder to flourish.
absolutely. So one last question for you. Um, if you were able to talk to your 16-year-old self about life right now, what would you want to tell her?
I would want to hug her and tell her, that you don't have to have everything figured out. Follow your compass of joy, and that will make your life decisions so much easier. Um, that you have so much wisdom. The wisdom of the ages flows through you, and you don't have to have it figured out today. Just follow the breadcrumbs of joy.
So Jeanette, how can people find you, find that ebook for self-care?
They can go to my website. So it's angel-angles.com. And on the drop down menu, go to self care strategy sessions, and it gives you a great description of what to expect. And it will link you to my calendar to book your session. And if you have any questions, feel free to give me an email. We'll get those
Amazing. Thank you.
answered.
Yes, perfect. Thank you, Jeanette, so much for the beautiful work that you're doing in the world and helping us all to find more joy through taking care of ourselves.
Thank you so much, Shari.